Welcome back, aspirants on MacTech 40. And today, this is the first lecture of our new subject of refrigeration and air conditioning, or in short, you are saying RAC. Okay, and today we will solve our first question that has been asked in ESC mains exam 2019. Okay, and I found this question is very wonderful, one of the best question that UPSC has been asked. Okay, and from today we will solve some unique questions of RAC. Okay, so let's start, but before we start, as usual, one non-technical section question for you. So today's question is, which of the following articles deals with the governor of states? So your options are: option A, article 150; option B, article 153; option C, article 165; option D, article 167. Okay, you have to answer me in the comment section. Okay, now let's start. This is very good question. If you can solve this, your all fundamentals are going to be clear after solving this. Okay, so let's start. A simple saturation refrigeration cycle. Here the word saturation refrigeration cycle, that means the exit of the evaporator, it is in saturation condition, saturated vapor condition, and exit of the condenser is also at saturated liquid condition. It uses R134A as a refrigerant, and the refrigeration system operates at 40 degrees Celsius condenser temperature and minus 16 degrees Celsius evaporator temperature. Okay, if the liquid vapor heat exchanger is installed above the simple saturation refrigeration cycle, like this here, this is the heat exchanger installed here. Find the COP and power per ton of refrigeration. Two things we have to find. First of all, COP and power required, and outlet of the vapor of heat exchanger is at 15 degrees Celsius. That means uh, if I'm denoting the names, okay, this is one. Exit of the evaporator I'm taking as a 1, and it is going to heat exchanger. So entry of the inlet is 2, and exit of the evaporator, sorry, yes, as this is the one condition, and exit of the evaporator is denoted by 2, and exit of the compressor is denoted by 3, exit of condenser 4. Okay, the 4 will continue here same, and at the exit of heat exchanger after passing through condenser it is given as 5. Okay, and there is some subcooling, sorry. This is the condenser temperature, and this is a 5, and there 7, and 6 is after here, after subcooling. 6 is after subcooling, because here heat exchanger is installed. So what happen, whatever the refrigerant is coming out in a saturated vapor form, it will be get some superheated, and whatever the liquid refrigerant is coming out from the condenser, it will be get subcooled. Okay, so you will find very interesting, because I am also associated with this industries. Okay, in the refrigeration industry for since last 2 to 3 years. Okay, so let's start, and this is the snaps of, because in UPSC paper they have given the saturation table for R134A starting from minus 20 degree to up to 40 degree. Okay, so I have taken whatever the data useful, that is minus 16 degrees Celsius our evaporator temperature, and 40 degrees Celsius our condenser temperature. Okay, so corresponding enthalpy and entropy values are given here, because and some values are looking very blur, because I've taken snaps from very short snip and expanded it. Okay, but don't worry, I will write down the values. Okay, so before we start, first draw TS diagram and pH diagram. I have already drawn here for inlet condition 1, and it is get superheated, and after heat exchanger it is at point 3, and it is a 4 is a saturation point, 5 is a saturation point of liquid and 6 as a saturation, sorry, subcooled point. Okay, I told you in earlier, and 7 is the after expansion. Okay, same here, the pH diagram. Hope you guys know all this and you have studied in your BTech program. Okay, so first of all, from where to start? So from starting from heat exchanger that we have given here. Okay, so the liquid refrigerant entering and its temperature is minus 16 degrees Celsius and exiting at 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is the in liquid form, and the vapor in vapor form, it is coming from 40 degrees Celsius and it is rejecting some heat exchanging with this two, and it is coming out at some temperature. So first of all we have to find the temperature, and this temperature is T6 temperature. Okay, this condition is minus 16 degrees Celsius, is known as state 1, this is state 2, and this is state 5. Okay, and this is state 6. Okay, so and here nothing mentioned is about the if efficiency of heat exchanger. So we are assuming that efficiency of heat exchanger is 100%. So whatever heat is exchanged between state 1 to 2 is same as heat exchange between state 5 to 6. Okay, and 1 to 2 is, and both are constant pressure process. Okay, no pressure losses. So we can write it mcp delta t, but mcp, and it is in vapor form. So specific heat in vapor form, it is T2 minus T1 is equal to mass flow rate into Cp of 5 to 6 process. Here 5 to 6 process in liquid region. So specific heat of liquid will come here. It is T6 minus T5. Okay. So but here mass flow will remain same. So it will get cancelled out. So specific heat value at minus 15 degrees Celsius, because this 1 to 2 process is carried out at starting at minus 15 degrees Celsius. So a specific heat at vapor state, okay, it is given as 0.831, and T2 is what, 15 degree, and T1 is equal to minus 16. So minus minus will get plus, and Cp of liquid is 1.498 at 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, because this 5 to 6 process is started from 40 degrees Celsius, and at what is the T6, that is the value, it is 40 degrees Celsius. Sorry, T5 minus T6, because it is a heat rejection process. So we can write 40 minus T6 that we have to find. So when you solve this, you will get T6 is equal to 22.803 degrees Celsius. Okay, here why I would interchange this T5 and T6, because heat is rejected. So here it will minus sign will come, and if you take minus sign inside, so T5 will come ahead and T6 will go back. Okay, so T6 that we have to find. Okay, so T6 we will get. Okay, so we have answer here 22.803. So this temperature is T6, that is 22.803. Now this is the starting point, because whenever there is a heat exchanger is given in this kind of question, start try to find out to starting what is the procedure, standard procedure. Okay, for solving this kind of question, that is first of all draw Ts and pH diagram, then find out temperature at every point. Every means each and every point, how many points are associated in this system. Okay, let me write with some good handwriting, because my handwriting are quite bad, but I will try to find out temperature at all points. Then third step is find enthalpy at all points. Okay, so this is the process. If you know all this value, then you can find easily how much amount of heat is rejected, how much amount of heat is gained, how it is the COP, how much work done is required, because here work done is given by compressor work is H3 minus H2. So if you know this value of enthalpy at 3 and 2, okay, and the how much amount of refrigeration effect, that is heat absorbed in the evaporator, that is H1 minus H7, and here H6 is equal to H7 because expansion process is isenthalpic process. So enthalpy of 6 and 7 will remain same. So we have drawn TS and pH diagram. Okay, so this is step 1 is over. Now find out temperature at all the point. So here T1 is minus 15, sorry, minus 16. T2 is at 15 degree positive. T4 and T5 are at 40 degree. T6 we have already found out, okay, 22.803. And T7, that is also again it is at minus 16 degrees Celsius. Okay, let me write here so that you will not get confused. It is 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we have to find the remaining temperature, that is T3. So how to find? You can see here this is 2 to 3 is an isentropic process. So entropy at point 2 and point 3 will remain same. So what is the entropy at point 2? It is in superheated state. So entropy of vapor plus Cp ln T2 by T1. Okay, because it is a superheated state of steam, sorry, not steam, it is a refrigerant at evaporator pressure. Okay, is equal to entropy of gas vapor form at 40 degrees Celsius plus Cp, and here Cp both at vapor form. Okay, ln T3 by T4. T3 is the temperature that we have to find, and T4 is the condenser temperature, or we can say that 40 degrees Celsius. So here from the property table that given in the exam, okay, so you can find the specific heat, sorry, specific entropy at 15 degree minus 16 degrees Celsius, or evaporator pressure is 1.7379. It is the entropy of vapor plus specific heat of vapor at minus 50 degrees Celsius, minus 16 degrees Celsius is 0.831 ln T2 is what, 15 degree. But here one more thing, the temperature should be in Kelvin. So 15 degree is, we can write in Kelvin as a 288, and minus 16, so we can write it 257 is equal to, now at 40 degrees Celsius, what is the entropy of vapor? It is 1.711 plus specific heat of vapor is 1.145 ln T3 by T4, that means 40 degrees Celsius, or you can say that 313 Kelvin. So when you solve all this in your calculator, so you will get T3 is equal to 348.02 Kelvin. Okay, or you can write as a in convert into the Celsius, so you can write it as a, it is around 74 or 75 degree. Let me calculate this. It is around 75 degree. Okay, it is 75.02 degrees Celsius. So this is the answer of T3. So we have found out all the temperature. Now the last step is to find out the enthalpy at all the points. So we will start from 1. So enthalpy of point 1 is what? It is at the saturation vapor curve at minus 16 degrees Celsius. So it is its enthalpy will be whatever the enthalpy is at minus 16 degrees Celsius. Liquid enthalpy is, sorry, vapor form. So enthalpy will be 389.02. So it is 389.02 kilojoule per kg. Okay, enthalpy at point 2, it is given as enthalpy at point 1 because it is in vapor state, and superheated and for superheated state it is right at Cp T2 minus T1. It is 389.02 plus specific heat of what? Vapor. Okay, specific heat of vapor, and specific heat of vapor at minus 15 degrees Celsius we have already used here is 0.831. Okay, 0.831 into T2 is what? 15 degrees Celsius minus minus plus 16 degrees Celsius. So when you solve this in your calculator, so you will find the enthalpy is 414.78 kilojoule per kg. Okay, now H3 is again in the superheated state, but it is H4 plus Cp into T3 minus T4. Why? Because H4 is the saturated vapor. Okay, and the saturated enthalpy of saturated vapor. So what is the H4? It is 419 from the saturation table given in the paper, that is 419.43 plus specific heat is vapor state 1.145, and what is the temperature difference is 348.02 Kelvin minus 313 Kelvin. So you can write this as a 459.528 Kelvin. Okay, and H4 if we have already here written in from the given table, that is 419.43, and similarly for H5. So H5 is a saturated vapor, sorry, saturated liquid curve. Okay, at 40 degrees Celsius. So you can write from the table that is 256.41 kilojoule per kg. Okay, and H6 is a subcooled region, so it is H5 minus Cp delta T. Okay, so H5 is what? 256.41 minus Cp is the specific heat at liquid form. Okay, in liquid form at 40 degrees Celsius. So you from table, so don't be confused because here liquid vapor, so you have to see simultaneously the TS diagram also in exam. Okay, so don't be confused if you lose your concentration in exam. So there is 100% probability in this question, that is you will put the wrong value from the table. Okay, so just be calm and be careful and write down the data. So what is the temperature difference here is 40 degree minus our exit temperature of heat exchanger is 22.803. So when you solve this you will find 230.649 kilojoule per kg, and it is same as H7. I've already explained you why, because expansion is isenthalpic process. So H6 is equal to H7. Now we have enthalpy at all the points. So for finding the work done, and COP, for COP is what? Output upon input. So for any refrigeration system, what is the output? That means output means cooling, how much cooling is done. Okay, so cooling can be found out by H1 minus H7, because this much amount of heat is absorbed in evaporator. Okay, and upon how much input is, we are providing power to compressor, that means H3 minus H2, the enthalpy difference. So just write down, and for COP will be H1 minus H7 upon H3 minus H2. Some of you might have questioned that why I'm not taking here H1 minus H3, because this 1 to 2, that much amount of heat is given by the refrigerant that is exiting from the condenser over here. Okay, so this much amount of heat is gained by here. Okay, so when you put all this value, H1 is 389.02 minus 230.649 upon H3. H3 is 459.528 minus 414.781. So when you solve this, you will find your COP is 3.539. 3.539. So this is the answer of your first question. Now we have to find the compressor work for 1 ton of refrigeration. So just again use equation of COP. His output is what? 1 ton, or 1 ton upon how much power required, and 1 ton can be written as 3.5 kilowatt. Okay, hope you guys know this relation. 3.5 kilowatt and 210 kilojoule per minute. 1 ton is equal to, so just find out the, we have COP value, so find out 3.5 upon 3.529, sorry 3.539. So when you put this, you will find the compressor work as 0.989 0.989 kilowatt per ton. So this is the answer of your compressor work. Okay, hope you guys understand, because this is a too much not complicated, but the values where liquid, where vapor, how, where to add, where to subtract, so that it is some typical question. So that's why I am telling this question is very good. Okay, if you have still any doubt, you can ask in the comment section, and I recommend you to draw this in your page also. Okay, and try to solve this kind of similar question from your book. Okay, so we will meet tomorrow with some new video of RACs. Okay, till then, keep studying, stay focused.